These are my first an entree into the world of art. In the 1980s, I lived on a farm in rural Wisconsin off the Mississippi River. Many of my neighbors were Amish people, and they were making these incredible quilts, but they did not have good materials. They were using like knits and plaids and really poor materials that really detracted from the power of what it was they were making. So I became a person who purchased the 100% cottons, which is the best for quilt making, and supplied them with quilts. And then I myself became very interested in quilts, but not only in just a traditional graphic imagery, but I decided to make picture quilts. I like the idea of a story quilt. My whole impetus for my work, it's about the story. So it's like I'm a storyteller, and it shows in all different kinds of ways. But that was my very first. I was a young mother with two young boys, and living very remotely. But that's how the quilt story began. It was my first foot in the door of the art world with the picture quilts mainly, because they were very distinct and crazy and colorful. I think I have another. Oh, I did that, the modern woman one. These are two that I really like to keep. This quilt I entitled Tradition and the Modern Woman. And the idea is how the world gives us choices, and how people of the same age and genre can choose differently in their worlds. And it's not saying one is more important than the other, but it's about, to me, the power of tradition versus kind of the dress-up world of modern women. And it's heavily quilted. And I decided, because it was about women, I wanted to make women's body parts, and there's a uterus right here. And in the border, you can't really see because it's black, but there's several birth control devices of the day. I quilted into that. Then I would like to show you the huge quilt. It's called Cowhead Discovers Human Beings, and it was based on the diary. I found this really ancient book at the library, and it was the diary of Cabeza de Vaca, who was shipwrecked. He was a Spanish explorer shipwrecked off the coast of Florida, and he walked all the way to New Mexico. And because his name translates to cowhead, so I made him coming to New Mexico uh, and going through Old Mexico, coming up into New Mexico. And here he's meeting an Arabi horn priest. And he's seeing that the people in the natural world are free and full of joy. And their lives are very simple and elevated. And then, of course, in the four directions, I have the four colors of the wheel. And then this is a crazy one over here with the magnets. That was one of the first ones I did. It's kind of crazy, but I called it magnetic attraction. And it's two beings like connecting with one another. So it, just for fun. And also lots of stars. Star quilts are very popular with many of the indigenous peoples, and receiving a star blanket is a great honor. But the image of the star is a very precious, elevated kind of image that is filled with hope and beauty. So that's that on the quilt. All of them were made with a lot of love and a lot of tiny stitches that are really quite elaborate.